ready. Today is Friday, August the 30th. All month long, we've been celebrating National Black Business Month. Thank you to all of those that joined us on Facebook, that joined us on this journey. I'm here with DJ CEO, In Touch News Radio. Your host, Let's Talk Business with SJ. We are excited. We are excited. And I want to say thank you to those of you who are tuning in. This is a call-in show. You're welcome to call in and hear about our fabulous guest that's here today. Oh, I'm so excited. She is an artist. And in a moment, you'll be able to see a beautiful piece that she has rendered. And our guest that's joining us today is Ms. Bernice Smith. And you'll hear more about her. She is going to be one of the business owners that will be at the Power of 31 on tomorrow as National Black Business culminates with over 31 businesses on the campus of 5508 Co-working and Collaborative Exchange. There's a lot going on. I was looking at some of the Facebook posts. There's so many businesses that are unique where we can come as a community and support these business owners with spending $31 or more. And it's the community's way of celebrating National Black Business Month. 31 ways, 31 days, spend $31 your way. On our last show, I was just surprised that DJ CEO put out an offer, a phenomenal offer for business owners to advertise in Touch News. Some of you have already started reaching out to him, but you know what? Let's just fill the pages with business cards. We shouted out over 31 businesses as we were e-blasting them on Facebook, letting the community know who's going to be in the house tomorrow. But it continues beyond tomorrow. Your business doors must remain open beyond tomorrow. So he's giving you an opportunity when you come tomorrow on the campus of 5508. As you come into the breezeway between the two buildings, building 1 and 2, you will find on your immediate left In Touch News office. And that's where you'll be able to come with your business card. And he may prefer digital, but he did say you can bring your business card. But he's right here in the studio, so he'll be able to answer that question for us. Bring your card and $31. And check this out. Even if you don't have $31 in cash, he's cash king. He takes the cash out. He takes PayPal. If there's a method out there, he is already hooked up and hooked in. And I thought, what a phenomenal offer. But it didn't start with DJ CEO, and it's not going to stop with DJ CEO, because you heard Aldiva say that she will have outfits on display for $31. There are other professionals who've put together packages for you, the community, for $31. And then there's going to be a beautiful piece of art. Yes, it will go for more than $31, that you will be able to see the artist as she renders the finishing touches of a live portrait. As I have heard people say, we try not to say it in Toastmasters, but without further ado, allow me to introduce to so many of you, because she's not a Floridian, and I hope she's going to love us after this weekend. So she's probably like, what am I doing down here? A hurricane. But all is good. And so everyone that's in the track of it, we are certainly praying for you and your family and your safety as Dorian comes through and tries to do what she wants to do. Now, in the studio, I got to pan my phone around so that y'all can see this beautiful artist, Bernice Smith. Miss Smith.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Actually, I'm great. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking. Welcome to Let's Talk Business with SJC. CEO is on today.
Thank you for having me.
We are excited to have you. I got to see some of your work, and shout out to Jeanette Diva J. Howard Smith for introducing us and wanting you to be a part of the Power of 31 and the celebration of National Black Business Month. And I'm telling you, just a minute ago, I saw the beautiful flower, and I immediately thought about Diana Ross and Lady Sings the Blues and Billy D. Williams. Mm-hmm. And so we have a business that we're going to be shouting out later on in the show. And last night when I was looking at the different businesses, and I thought, wow, we've got a rap company. We've got a business that specializes in rap. And I'm a girl that loves to rap. Mm-hmm. And so usually I do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I decided to rap today. And then there you are with adorning this beautiful baby blue rose in your beautiful natural black hair. Love it, love it, love it. So, girl, who are you and where are you from?
Well, as you all know, I am not a Florida native. I've been in Florida for a year now, but I am originally from Chicago, born and raised. So,
oh my goodness!
Shout outs to the Windy City. I literally grew up in Chicago. I am the oldest of three. Okay. I have a brother and a sister. And my mother was a single mom, and she raised us as best as she could. We moved around a lot in Chicago, so I wasn't in one place very long. And fast forward, I blossomed into my artistry. It ran in my family, but on my father's side. And it definitely has been a generational trait. My father had it. My grandmother on his side also had it. The only difference between me and them is that none of them actually stepped out on that gift. So I feel that was one generational mistake that I feel like that I was born to correct. Was to take this gift and actually utilize it and not just let it pass down to someone else.
And it is a gift. And we will oh my gosh, what a perfect view. So you're the bomb. you're the bomb. I thought I did that. For those of you, listen, you've got to go to In Touch News, and you will be able to view all of us and this beautiful, beautiful painting. And we'll have her explain the painting to us, but long before she gets to that. So there you are, Chicago native, and you're here in Florida. You've been blessed with an amazing gift, and yes, it is a gift. I can't even draw a stick person, or that's probably the best that I can do. And I almost felt like a minority because I married an artist. And when he doesn't paint and sell paintings, but he's an artist. And DJ CEO, when we were dating, he painted this beautiful portrait of me, just absolutely beautiful. And I was in love with him right then.
Did you hang it on the wall?
Yeah, we did. But here's the thing. So years later, I said, "Oh, honey, would you do me another one?" And he said, "Oh, I know you now. You might not like the way that portrait looks." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm also married to a comedian. But I was like, well, needless to say, I never got another portrait painted, so I'm gonna have to hold on to that one. That one will have to be an heirloom.
That's good though.
But it is, and so he would do paintings, and but he is more of a graphic artist, and that's kind of like the direction that he went into. But all of our children have that artistic talent. Now I'm creative, I just can't draw. Yeah, I don't even try.
Now you sound like my sister. My sister is actually very creative. I would say she's more the organized one. I can bring the talent, but she can bring the organization. She's like my other half. So if I had that ability to be able to organize my art and events, she's the person that I check through before I go anywhere.
There you go. See, that would be me in our tag team marriage. That would be me. So you've Dived into it, recognized that it was your gift. But when you and I were speaking, long before you started to walk out on faith with your artistic gifts and talents, you were doing something else, creative nonetheless. Share with our audience a little bit about where you spent, a decade or two or more?
Almost about a decade.
It can't be two because you don't look old enough.
Oh, no.
Okay, there you go.
I'm forever young. I'll leave it at that.
In this studio, we either 24 or 28.
Thank you. I'll keep it at that. No, before I actually went to culinary school, actually, if we bring it even a step backwards, I was actually...
You cook, too.
Whoa!
Watch out.
I went to culinary school, but before that, I was actually in fashion design school. So that was my first attempt to actually try to take my art somewhere. And at the time, I wasn't, especially at a young age, I was very highly susceptible of others around me in the environment that I grew up in. And unfortunately, I had allowed at that age to people to dictate to me how my life should be. And I realize now that it was just them projecting their fears of what they weren't able to do in their own lives, and what they think was helping me was actually hindering me. And I didn't get the chance to step out in the way that I really wanted to. So I tried with fashion design school and actually really excelled in it. But life happened, and unfortunately I had to go straight into the workforce. So I was working in the hospitality industry.
Okay.
And I was in there for a while, and I also excelled in it. And I just told myself, well, maybe this is another compromise. I can still be able to express myself, but I'm using it through food. Grandma Sunday I feel like, okay, I'm still doing that in some way. And when I tried to excel at it, I was met with a lot of blockages. And people told me that I couldn't excel to a manager or a chef's position without a degree. So then I went to school to go get the degree. You cannot tell me what I'm not going to do. And I'm like, okay, bet. So then I went to school, and I went there for 2 years, graduated, and then I was accepted into a culinary apprenticeship.
Congratulations!
And that was the defining moment for me, that defining moment that really got me out of Chicago, because I knew I couldn't be there. I realized at that point, while I was in culinary school, and I prayed, I literally said, God, give me a way out of here. I know I'm not meant to be here. You open the door. I may not run that fast because you know how I'm set right now. But I will trottle, roll, skip, and maybe do a half flip out that door. So he opened that door for me, and I left. And I was cooking and traveling ever since. And it was great. But then I was met with other blockages. And life, again, had hit me again. And I realized I didn't have a love for it. I said, I don't love this. And I realized that I never really loved it to begin with. I was compromising.
You have learned a lot.
I have. This has been this
experiences.
year in Florida has been a lot of self-reflecting for me.
Okay.
And I wind up finding out about the program that I am is called the Young Adult Missional Movement, aka YAM.
Okay.
And I learned about it through a former friend of mine, and she told me about it. And I signed up for it. I said, okay, God, I pray for it. I literally pray for this, and you're giving me a way out. And what really happened is I had a dream. I wasn't going to do the YAM program at first, but I had a dream that I was in shackles and chains.
My goodness.
And I kept having that feeling of being weighed down. And I was going through a lot. I actually had a death in the family that summer. And I was literally at my lowest and dealing with a very harsh work environment also. And I just couldn't. I was literally either one foot in the grave and one barely even hanging on to life. And when that dream happened, after I saw the dream 3 times, and it was something my grandma installed in me. If you see something in threes, I need you to pay attention. So rest her soul.
You hold that thought, and we're going to break for a commercial. Thank you all for tuning in to Let's Talk Business with SJC. I'm here with Bernice Smith and CEO, DJ CEO. We'll be back after the break.
My name is Gil Sampson. I didn't come from a very rich family, and so paying for college would have been very tough. I don't know if I would have been able to go to the college that I went to, and then I don't know if I would have gotten into the career that I am in. So I think Bright Futures has done a lot. States. Because of Bright Futures, I was able to go to college. You know, so many kids just don't even ever get that opportunity, and to be able to do it and not have any debt when I graduated is amazing, and it was all thanks to Bright Futures.
Florida has created more than 1 million jobs in only 5 years, and a great education connects our students to these exciting opportunities. That's why the Florida Lottery has funded Bright Futures scholarships to help over 725,000 students attend college. Because every play is for education. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Call Ricky. Ask Ricky. You need medical or a lawyer. I got the men to do the legwork for you. We tried the other ones before, so believe me. 100 now, 813-248-6300. Everything gon' be okay. Call Ricky, he coming. He taking care of state of Florida. Grab a pen and sundown. 1-800-361-RICK. That's 1-800-361-425. Never word from the point forward, just recline. Just ask Ricky, plus your boy statewide. Just in case you missed it, I'ma tell you one more time. 1-800-361-RICK. Call Ricky, ask Ricky, the legal medical referral service. The doctors and lawyers in our network are trained in handling auto injury claims and getting you the best medical treatment and recovery. Now 1-844-361-RICK. That's 1-844-361-7425. Ricky.
Yes, and we are back. Speaking of the Power of 31 National Black Business Month, we're here in the studio with DJ CEO. They are one of our media sponsors. In addition to that, we have support from the Casper's Company. We have support. We heard the commercial. For those of you that are tuning in live, you heard the call. Ricky Ask Ricky, just a phenomenal business owner, community supporter. For those of you that are here, thank you so much for tuning in on Facebook. We also have support from the Ariel Business Group, long-term partner and friend. We have support from Tampa Bay BBIC. All of them will be represented in the house on tomorrow, 11:31. There's a reason we do the show at 12:31. It's called The Power of 31. What's up, DJ CEO?
Our African colors.
Yes,
but
those
the
are
gold,
colors for tomorrow.
The gold that I used a molding paste to make honeycombs. Yes. So it was dripping honey on the actual fist pieces. Yeah. Because Unity is golden.
Sweet.
And I painted her blue because blue is a color piece. So regardless of what is around her, so long as she is grounded, she is at peace. And
love
yellow,
that.
Yellow with her outfit. Honestly, I was thinking of Beyonce's Lemonade, so that's why I made it yellow. And I wanted the different African pieces fabric for her hair. I really like that, and I always wanted one for myself, and I eventually will get one.
Okay.
And the fro, obviously, her hair is really curly because I know a lot of people that are with my hair texture. I have very loose curls, so her curls are actually a little more loose.
Okay.
And
love
obviously
that
the pick,
explanation.
because I used to walk around with a pick in my head, and it came with the package, the Fro the Culture package. When you actually ordered the whole set, there was a golden hair pick that went inside, so I included that in that piece.
Okay. So now the Fro the Culture
Culture.
is how that's a Chicago thing.
Oh no, Fro the Culture is the main choice. That was the line that they came up with, and that was their slogan.
Didn't
And
know that.
We, you look.
Chicago.
No,
Oh, I'm from Chicago, but yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't Chicago.
No,
okay.
it wasn't Chicago. It was from that particular hair brand, and it was to pay. I actually, when I was done with it, I took a picture of it and tagged them in it and said, "Thank you for coming out with this line." It is, and I love that line very much.
So could I go
gotta
to
go
like
online.
a Sally's or something like?
You can find it online. They
They're
are now in Walmart and in
Awesome.
Walgreens. I just recently also found them in Publix, which I would have never
Whoa.
thought
Whoa.
that they were. They just
And it's
expanded into
called
Publix.
Fro the Culture
Fro the Culture by Main Choice.
by Main Choice.
Oh, that's what we need. Main choice.
MANE.
M-A-N-E.
Okay. Okay.
Fantastic. I actually took my camera over towards the picture so that you all could see it as she was describing, and I was talking to you when you first brought it in. I could see the vibrant colors and the three-dimensional what would you call them?
Well, I didn't want it to be a one-dimensional piece, and I definitely wanted the background to have texture because, bottom line, our hair is textured.
Yes,
so that's
it
why I
is.
definitely made sure that the background had texture to it. And I just wanted it to not just be just so blank. Like, I wanted your eyes to just move all over the place. Like,
it
makes you kind of want to
accomplished.
touch it. And like, this feels like honeycomb. Oh, this
my goodness.
background it's almost like sandish. And like, I want you to have an experience when you look at this piece.
Well, I did. And one of the things I love that you said, because I like to braid my hair back. And so when we were young or growing up, it was called nappy hair. Well, now we understand that those were just tight curls, coils of curls, or some of the girls had the looser, longer coils. Because if you pull my hair, it'll spring and bounce back. So unless you have a little wax and a curling iron, you can press it.
Or the magic blue with some water, and then you just comb it right through, and then maybe your curls will actually stay.
No, I needed more than magic blue.
Oh, magic blue grease and water. That's what I had to use for my hair growing up.
We had something called Royal Crown.
Royal Crown. I do remember.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I used to use pink lotion also growing up. That was another staple I had to use.
Remember a little bit about the pink lotion, but your description of the picture brought the picture to life, and that's what made it so livable. You think back to a show we watched years ago, DJ CEO, called In Living Color.
Oh yeah.
And the artistry and the pictures and things that they showed on there was representative of all of these colors and the hues that you're describing here. And I love that fist.
Yes.
You're talking about a honeycomb. You're talking about beauty. We can see the beauty in her, but I also see the strength coming through that canvas as well.
And that's why I also put two fists, because the fist also represents the man and the woman. When we are unified, we are golden.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that was another reason why I put the two fists there. I could have just stayed with one, but I said no. We are two.
fists.
We are meant to work in unison together, and I didn't want to continue that divide. It's not black men versus black women. No, we need to be unified.
Beautiful,
Absolutely.
beautiful. Well, speaking of that, and speaking of why you have the two fists and the story behind it, takes us to the Power Couples balls. And so part of what they do at the ball, having been a guest at the ball, is to focus on that unity of one. And I'll let DJ CEO explain about that, because even though August, we're celebrating National Black Business Month, come September, God, we got to figure out a way to put a piece of her
I
that
wanted
is
to do something
perfect.
worthwhile for my
Different
birthday.
and special.
You're going to love it. Yes.
All right,
And
well,
you'll
we will-
meet a lot of interesting people. People in the community. We got the movers and shakers will
That's
be there.
right.
Yeah.
And people who can appreciate your beautiful art. And so tell us a little bit about, you are going to be at the Power of 31 tomorrow here on this campus in the garage, and you are going to be painting, right?
I will be painting. It will be a 20 by 24 piece, and the
Ooh,
piece is
that's
called,
a large piece.
That's pretty.
Um,
Yeah, that's huge.
It's called Stay Rooted.
Stay rooted.
Stay rooted.
Okay.
I love your Afrocentric history that you're pulling out into your art.
I've come to love that part of myself, and
That's good.
it's a disservice to me not to implement that in everything that I do, because it took me a while to come to love that, and that's why I don't flat iron my hair anymore, and I rarely wear a weave anymore like I used to younger. And now that I'm older and I've come to really love myself, there would be no other way. That's why I feel that this piece, Staying Rooted, is so important.
Staying rooted.
Yes. This piece, if I'm going to describe it a little bit, it is a piece that will incorporate a woman, a black woman, and the two sides of her.
Oh.
There's the trailblazer side,
Yes.
the side that is the doing, that's going out there, you're conquering the world in your business and everything in life, and that's a lot of us. Shout out to us for doing that.
Yes.
And then there's the side of us that's the sensual, that's the spiritual, and it's making sure to balance both aspects of ourselves. So because this is a business, honoring black businesses,
yes.
I wanted this piece to have a lesson behind it as a reminder of keeping rooted within yourself, but balancing those two aspects of yourself as you continue to grow.
Oh my goodness. So you've given us a snippet into, so when you're starting to paint, you already have some idea of how that image is going to materialize?
Yes. So when people speak to me and tell me about events, in my head is a blank canvas, and it's already painted and drawn in my head. It's just about putting it on a canvas.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. And so that piece, we're actually going to see you do your live demonstration.
Yes.
The piece that we just finished talking about is what's going to be auctioned off to some blessed viewer.
Yes.
And then the live piece will also be auctioned off as well?
I'm auctioning on two
my
pieces.
goodness. Can you do that? 100. Can you be our auctioneer tomorrow?
Look, I can try. I
hear
I'm
music.
not afraid to try.
See, I like that. See, you're speaking to that side of him as you talk about the woman and the strong piece of the woman. But we hear the music coming, so we are going to break for commercial and come back. So thank you all for tuning in. Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Donald L. Dowers Jr., your motivational guru. This is the DLD Motivational Moment. One darn second. America, since 2017, is suffering from a serious hiccup. 9/11 is seriously overused in a distasteful manner. Every day the cops are calling on an innocent person of color. It amazes me that America has come down to this. A person of color becomes a person of interest. Waffle House, the dorm, Starbucks is a few. This is not the lunch counters, sit-ins of the 1960s. 2019, harassed simply for being black and proud. Hold on one darn second. This has been the DLD Motivational Moment. Pre-order my new book, Motivational Moments, at DLD282002 at yahoo.com or 813-394-5875.
Hey, this is Agent Wright, better known as Mr. Clean. You looking for some great barbecue? Come see them two brothers on the grill, located at 423 Virginia Street, Charleston, West Virginia. We got ribs, chicken, pulled pork, brisket, collard greens, mac and cheese, baby. Come get some and get you a nice, smooth cigar. 304-550-4431. That is 304-550-4431. Come get some, baby. The Rib Man, mama, the Rib Man.
Hi.
This is Dale Day. Join me every Monday at 7 p.m. for Jazz at Miss Connie's house, bringing you the smoothest jazz and the coolest guests right here on In Touch Radio.
And we are back. Yes, it's Let's Talk Business with SJC. I'm here today with our special guest, Miss Bernice Smith. She has such a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
DJC, you are welcome. DJ CEO and I have been celebrating National Black Business Month all month long. And we have shouted out so many businesses. There are 30 days in today. It's not the end, but we're culminating the end of the month that is used to celebrate National Black Business Month. But as we said on Wednesday's show, we as a people, we as a culture should celebrate our Black-owned businesses every month. We need the support in order for our businesses to stay viable.
Absolutely.
And circulating your dollars in the community is what's going to make it happen. So we can have people like you come here and showcase your beautiful art. This is the perfect place to come for your open house. And you'll be able to display all of your other beautiful arts. And this is the time for us. We're bringing awareness because we need to just do it.
Yeah, we do. We
need to spend money right here
with each
in
other.
our communities with each other.
Absolutely.
No matter where you are.
So I'm noticing on your painting, the real necklace and the real earring.
Oh yeah,
Tell me about that.
real.
Okay, so I love to work in collaboration with another person. How can I again take this to the next level? And I happen to work with a woman named Charlene, and at the time she was selling paparazzi. And
jewelry.
she told me about it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me buy like 5 of them off of you. And I incorporated one of her sets in my piece, and when I posted it online, I made sure to tag her in it because, again, I did get this from her, and it's a way of if I elevate myself, then I should be able to elevate another person.
Bring someone else with you.
Very good.
It just doesn't get any better than that. You know, this is 5508 Co-working and Collaborative Exchange. That's the name of this campus.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
So you
yes,
fit
ma'am.
right
You
in.
have aligned right in with us.
Yeah, you fit
Look
right
at
in.
God.
What we're doing here on this radio station, collaborating all month long. Actually, every day.
It's a way of life for us.
It is.
Yes.
I'm speechless.
You're speechless.
Right.
I really am. The first time I was actually out here, it was my very first vending event. It was with Angie, who's
Yes.
right.
Okay.
She had a vending event in a courtyard, and it was my very first one. And I told her, this is my very first one. And she was really patient with me because it took a little minute to actually get the feed to her. But to have this place as my very first stepping stone where I actually took the next step with my art, and then to come back again, I feel like I just came full circle again.
That's a beautiful first. You got your first start with your first showing, and that was Accent Styles Boutique. Angie was on the show just a couple of weeks ago as well, and she has one of our favorite shops out here, and so we love it. She has done some things for all of us and dressed us, and as a matter of fact, one of the outfits I wore in February was at your event.
Oh yeah.
It was at the Sweethearts, Sweethearts gathering
Valentine's
right
affair,
here.
yes.
Yeah, the Valentine's Day affair. And so shout out to my son Yannick. He was my date. He had flown in. And so, but I love that. And that's the message that we are sharing with the community, how we can just all work together. You mentioned even shouting out the person that inspired you in order to be able to do the art. You've got a piece of another woman's product, her business, on your art. So wherever this art goes, not only is there a story, real jewelry.
Yes.
That's real. Girl, you are the bomb. You are the bomb. We appreciate you. We appreciate that. Now, I have a couple of questions for you, and I want to make sure we cover this because we've heard DJ CEO talk about that beautiful picture. You talked about at the beginning what inspired you in that beautiful creation with your blank canvas and all that you have been inspired to do when you began to paint and create, what kind of paint is that on the canvas?
Well, it's acrylic.
It's acrylic?
It's acrylic.
So it's all acrylic, and then the other enhancements are just a natural element of the
yes,
jewelry?
they have, I use molding paste also.
Oh, okay.
Acrylic. Honestly, whatever I can use that works well with acrylic, like there's additives.
Okay.
Like such as molding paste, there's gloss gel, it's a lot going on.
And is that why some pieces it just pops? Because
Yes.
we can see Fro the Culture.
Mm-hmm.
Which we didn't know that at the time. I read that and I thought you were missing a letter almost.
Oh no, it was
but that's
definitely
coming from the Afro.
Yes.
Okay, Fro the Culture, and all of our culture is depicted in all of those beautiful colors. So how would someone get in touch with you?
Well, yes. So you can get in contact with me through social media.
Okay.
At the moment, my website actually will be officially launching at the end of
Awesome.
October.
Awesome!
But
Congratulations.
Until then, thank you. Until
You're
then,
welcome.
you can reach me at Soul Tribe Vibes
Oh, that's a
at
mouthful.
yahoo.com. So it's Soul Tribe, SOUL Tribe, TRIBE,
I got it.
Vibes, VIBES at yahoo.com. Or you can honestly contact me directly by phone. And my number, I have no problem putting it out there, is 773-616-1301.
Is that Houston?
Okay.
Oh no, that's Chicago.
Chicago.
Come on now, show put some respect on the Windy City.
Okay, okie
So I
dokie.
thought
You know she got fists over
see
here.
it.
She likes to paint
They
fists.
work in
Well,
pairs
look,
now.
now, watch out. I got a whole lot of family up there in Chicago.
Uh-oh.
I do too.
Uh-oh. All right.
All right.
End it right there.
Yeah, she tried- look,
so
look.
she might have a little more to you, DJ
I ain't scared of
CEO.
you.
So we have a way. So you're here in this beautiful, in our beautiful state, in the beautiful city of Tampa, and I know you've seen a lot. Have you had a chance to tour our beaches?
Not yet.
Oh my goodness! Talk
I've been
about
very
inspiration.
I've been a very busy woman.
So looking at this beautiful picture here, Fro the Culture, how long did it take for you to paint?
I had to prep the canvas first, so
Okay.
the background that you see actually was molding paste to make it have that textured
Oh.
background. So that took a day because once it's on there, it needed almost a day because I put so much on there for it to dry. And
So
then,
what is that textured application like? Is it the paste that you're molding to the canvas?
Oh, it's already. It comes in a jar, and you basically. It's almost like how people scrape out concrete.
Oh, okay.
So I just took one of those knives. I don't.
Spatula thing?
Yes,
Okay.
it's like a spatula or knife, and I just spreaded it across, and I let it sit.
Oh my
And
gosh,
then
so
the
that
very
sits
next
for a
day, yes, and then the very next day, that's exactly when I started painting it.
Oh my goodness. And all of this stuff just comes together. And I saw the term B. So you prefer to be called B?
Yes.
Okay, Miss B.
Thank you.
What do you think or what do you believe makes your art different from other artists? And are you in a particular art genre?
Not really. I feel what makes my art stick out is because everything has a meaning behind it, even
beautiful.
down to the colors that I use and where I place the colors. I'm all about everything having a purpose.
Awesome.
And it's why it's one of my slogans, art with a purpose.
Art with a purpose.
There should
That
be
goes
more than
beyond
just-
painting with a
Oh,
purpose.
yes.
It's art with a purpose.
Yes, I wanted to not just be this beautiful, colorful piece, but to also you can understand the color meaning behind it and why I place the colors where I place them.
That's
So-
important.
You can connect more with the piece. And again, it's about creating that experience with my pieces.
So, and we're looking at it, and Daryl saw some things that I didn't even see, and that's the thing about art.
Makes you go
Because it's
back
di-
and you
yeah.
look again and you look again and it's
Every time you look at this, and I'm certain that every time I look at this painting, it's going to reveal something new to me.
Well, I don't have. How long have you been painting?
I took this seriously for a year.
For a year.
Oh my goodness!
I walked away from my art at a very young age, and that was over a decade ago that I didn't do art. And I just recently got back into it seriously a year ago when I walked away from everything that I knew to pursue what I knew God wanted me to do.
Well, you have shared with us, the art has been with you all along.
Yes.
From culinary, the whole, that's an art. That's an art form. Fashion in and of itself, from the designs to the fabrics and making them and selections of colors and textures, art. So whether you made a designed an outfit, couture designs, it doesn't even matter. It began still with a blank canvas.
Exactly.
You've been painting all along, B.
Yes. God took me from that. He said, you're not compromising anymore.
Awesome.
That's-
And it took
great.
for a woman that I met, Dr. Make sure I say Dr. Melita Harris Barrow. Okay.
Okay.
She actually wrote a book. It was called Unveiling the Illusion, Know Who You Are.
Wow. That sounds like a book I
And
want to
want to read that.
I would highly recommend that book to
Give us that
anyone.
title again.
Unveiling the Illusion, Know Who You Are. And when I read that book, it made sense to me why I was coming back to art.
Mm-hmm.
And she has been such an inspiration to help me to continue to move forward. And from her planting that seed, I met another person, Cassandra Hector, who's been like the gardener over me, like another mom who's been pouring onto that seed and has helped me take this into a business and be serious about it, and has basically been on me every step of the way to get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
It takes all of us.
Takes a
And
village.
so to have those, and for God to have put the individuals that you're speaking of and who are speaking on and about and supporting you, and we all need mentors.
Yes.
It never stops. And so there's always something challenging for us to do. And that's just life. Life brings us, it ebbs and flows. You have mountains and you have valleys. But as you find that you're coming out of each one of them, you find a new person. And you have a new joy, a new spirit, and you can move on to whatever that purpose is that God has for you, and the trajectory in which your life will change and grow. So as we hear the music, we are now coming to the last quarter hour of our show. So we get to say, I'm going to say this because I want to spend the last quarter hour shouting out our Black businesses. And because this is a show that's all up in your business today, you're going to be all up in SJC's business. And so with that, we'll see you back after the commercial break.
Ray Williams Funeral Home, providing the highest quality, professional, and caring service for your family. Call Jeffrey Rhodes at 813-253-3419. That's 813-253-3419. Or visit him at 301 North Howard Avenue, Tampa, Florida. Ray Williams Funeral Home, for the finest care and quality service.
Hi, this is Trina Johnson with Caldwell Banker Real Estate, the real estate agent you've been looking for. If you want top dollar for your home or you're looking to make a purchase, call me at 813-244-6953. Again, 813-244-6953, and let me list your home.
And we are back. So for this last hour, let me take the opportunity to say thank you. We've worn you out, but you've answered all of our questions and you've shared so much with us about art and art in itself and how you're able to create this beautiful art on a plain canvas.
Can I ask her one question before you go?
Of course you can.
How do you tie food, fashion, and art into one?
Well,
She
it's
paints
like
it on
any
canvas.
medium. When you're doing art, let's just say with drawing, there's different types of medium: watercolor, gouache, acrylic. So I list those different things that I did as just other mediums that I use to express myself. Art is about expression. So those were other avenues that I used to compromise my expression. But in the end, I just came back full circle back to my art.
So you don't see yourself tying in all the.
Oh, I already have.
You already have.
Okay.
The place that I work now is Cornerstone Family Ministries.
Okay.
And they have a community garden, and from there I do cooking experience with kids.
That's what's
Love
up.
So
it.
that
Yeah.
they know where their food is coming from and teach them the
Okay.
basis. So I know it wasn't a waste of time. God didn't put me there to
Now we're
just
talking.
no, this is
Okay.
another skill.
Okay.
He knew it was time. I'm taking you out. You learned what you need to learn. Now it's time to actually put it to use the way he wanted me to use it.
Very good.
Maybe you can help us put a community garden together out here.
Oh yes, ma'am, and I actually know some contacts. So.
Oh my goodness, this conversation is exciting. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much, B, for coming and sharing with us. We are better because of what you what you've said to us, what you've allowed us to see. And we can see that spiritual, natural, beautiful, radiant, and this smile we're looking at. It's
Thank you.
evident. You bring life on that canvas. You really do.
Life
And
was given to me.
Life was given
spoken
to
me.
all of us.
So I'm just keeping that process going.
All right. And so we're going to give you a chance to take a break. And so we want to say thank you to our Facebook family and to our listeners who are listening. By the way, this video is streaming live on YouTube. It's also on Facebook. It's streaming live on Facebook, and it's also on YouTube. So this video is your Chicago friends will be able to see you, and people all over the world will be able to see you. And so I listened to B talk about the beautiful fists and the importance of the two fists coming together. This is a show that has been about the who, the what, the when, and the where. And you have shared that with us. I didn't know how I was going to get through the show today, but I am so glad you are my guest. Because this morning was a tough morning. But what we want to do first is shout out our 30 businesses. So there's the Code Correctors, Jackie Lynch Studios, Rap, Icico, and that's where I got the idea to rap today. Diobroto Photography, Matthew Young, that's a part of Florida Real Estate Associates. Andrew Ware, the Art of Realty Group, one of our friends and collaborators. Ray Hendricks, you met him, many of you, right here.
Real Estate Ray.
Real Estate Ray. April S. Dorn, and some of these people we're calling out will be on the campus tomorrow. Exclusively Yours, Health Matters Community Pharmacy. She's been out here a number of times. Tampa Bay Windows, LLC. DeBear Trucking, right here on the 5508 campus. The Style Lab, another designer. Rick Rollins, right here on the campus. One of our collaborators who's gone on to a much, much bigger building. Shout out to the Buyers Point. Hello, all of our friends at the Nail Gallery. Streets and Streets photographer will be here, DJ CEO, tomorrow doing headshots. 4 of them for $31. The Right, and that's WRITE, type design studio. Also, one of our collaborators and friends, Troops and Treatment, Artesia Williams. She too is going to be here. And we want to take this time out to shout out all of the collaborators at 5508. And we have over 30 collaborators who are housed right here on the campus of 5508. And it just happened to be in Suite 2 is DSI Black Pages, Cuso and Associates. We have Echelon Computers. We have here the Weatherization, which is one of the arms of the THAP group. A nonprofit, Yes You Can, right here. Rent to Own, Auto, yes, all of that right here. This guy will find you a great automobile. Healthcare Support, LLC. One of my favorites, Switching Up Styles, and we've already talked about Accent Styles Boutique. We have, it's another nonprofit, and it's Grace for Hope. Out here, we mentioned the Style Lab already. The Black Business Investment Business Tour, we mentioned them. Tampa Bay BBIC. Tampa Caribbean Festival. They have been rocking some amazing concerts here on the courtyard. Last weekend, they're back here on Sunday. Come and check them out. We already talked about In Touch News. We have them here. There are just so many other businesses, health resources, and education, Kingdom Pest Control. Stomp those bugs right out of your home and your business. We have MedWaver here. We have Fresh Start. It's a construction company, Fresh Start Development. All of these businesses that are here, and we are going to tag them so that you will learn about all of them when we do our thank you posts. And I want to say to our thank you family, thank you for tuning in and taking your lunch break. I mentioned at the beginning that I'm so glad you were here. You cheered me up. I'm going to tell you a story about two young men. About 50 years ago, they became friends, very, very good friends. And I remember, and some of you will remember him as well, we're shouting out Black-owned businesses, and he was the owner of Kempo School of Karate. Had that shop on Nebraska Avenue in a little strip mall for many, many years. And I had the pleasure of knowing this young man, and he had the school trained the good guys and the bad guys.
And the bad guys.
I mean, there were days, DJ CEO, police officers would be in there learning Kempo karate, and at the same time, some of the same people that they were looking for was in there learning to do the same thing.
Wow.
And so because he and my husband were such great friends, and they did a lot. They loved the nightlife. My husband owned a club, and he did the security for the club. He was the security for so many stars, and we got to meet some of them.
Absolutely.
And he played cameo roles in a number of films, and even got my husband a part in one of the films. And so one day I had our youngest son at the school, and I said, I want to learn karate. And he said, you don't want to learn karate, you this little prissy thing. And I said, look, I'm from College Hill. I want to learn karate. I said, I want to learn how to break a board, and I want to learn how to fight. I want to take somebody out. And he said, that's not what this is all about. But we can teach you self-defense. So when you think about Kempo karate, it's the art of a strong fist. So when I saw the fist in your painting, nobody better not outbid me on that painting. I immediately thought about our dear friend. And so I said to my husband, I want to take the class with my son. My son was progressing along in the class, and he was only 6 years old. And I saw all of these kids of all colors. He had in his studio all of the different belt colors, and you could see them on this graduated scale. And I was like, black belt. This guy had reached the highest pinnacle in any of the karates, from judo all the way up. Multiple black belt degrees. And so he allowed me to come into the class. And so, boy, I had it going on. I was fighting, and I said, okay, I want the brown belt, because the kids had their white belts and the yellow belts, and I just wanted to be different. So he said, I've got to toughen you up. So I was like, I'm ready. I want to bust that board open, and I want to just, whoo! And so he did. And so we went through our drills and our exercises, and he said, okay, we can go ahead and schedule you so that you'll be ready to fight, so that you could get your brown belt. DJ CEO, he came over there to me with that punch. He said, are you ready? He'd already taught me to breathe and how to hold my stomach.
Right.
And man, it was like a sucker punch in my gut.
He got you.
He got me. My body just kind of went over. It didn't hit the floor.
Okay.
And he said, okay, we just got to build you up a little more, so when I punch you the next time, you'll stand strong and erect. And so about a week later, I wasn't feeling so good.
Okay,
Had nothing to do with the class. But I later learned that I was pregnant with our youngest son.
Wow.
And as a result of that, I remember my husband, and we call him the Rat Pack. So I had a beautiful bouncing baby boy. and they all wanted us to name our son after one of them.
Right.
Romeo Cole Jr., the late Romeo Cole Jr. Antonio Hines, we call him Tony Hines.
Okay.
And Nathan V. McCullough. My husband played around with the names, and my husband had decided to name our son, because he was an avid tennis player, Yannick, after Yannick Noah.
Okay.
And I was with the Yannick. I said, but this other stuff, it ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
Yeah, no. And so he said, these are my best friends. Can we name our son? And so they played around with the names and finally came up with, they were some crazy names, but they finally came up with Tony Mac Romy. I said, I feel so sorry for my son. But if you want to make that a second or a third name, so be it. But on his birth certificate, we'll just write Yannick T. Cuso, but those fellows weren't having it because that meant we only showcased the one. And so as about a month ago, both my husband and his best friend were hospitalized. My husband knew that his friend was in the hospital because we had gone to visit him, but his best friend didn't know that he was a floor under him in the hospital.
Wow.
And so my husband got to leave the hospital. But today, this morning, in a peaceful manner, Nathan V. McCullough transitioned. So to all of you that loved him, all of the hundreds of kids that he taught you Kempo karate, for all of the people that he protected your homes, your livelihood, the clubs, from Whitney Houston to one of the more recent rappers. What is his name? Rick? My son calls him out a lot. I can't think of it now, but he crossed the gamut when it came to supporting. I know he was also a friend of you in Tampa Bay, Tammy.
Absolutely.
For years, you could find them in Grace's place. The whole pack.
I can tell you right now, I for all these years, Cheryl, he's always been Karate Mac to me. I never knew his real name until you said that. So, Karate Mac is going to be missed.
Yes, he is.
By so many people. He's just been especially a fabric in Tammy's life.
Yes.
In the clubs, in the entertainment industry, we've just been in the same environments in so many years, a lot of occasions. So Karate Mac, you're going to be missed. And I'm glad that your transition was peaceful.
Yes, it was.
And we're going to miss you. We are. Be blessed.
And so I wanted to make sure, and that's why, Ms. B, I had to say thank you. But when I saw the fist, I was reminded of that fist that came towards me. But I was ready for it. And so, yes,
thanks for sharing that story.
It's the show. Catch the show. That's all up in your business. Today, it happens to be my business and my family's business. So to the NV McCullough family, your biological family, to all of your beautiful children, of which the youngest, Jasmine, is my husband's goddaughter. So as they reciprocated in exchanging of their love for the brotherhood and to have been there for our baby boy. And he was actually the godfather of all of our children. And so we say to you, signing off, as we sign off the air, I say farewell, rest in peace to our dear friend, Nathan V. McCullough. To my sensei, who would say, Kia! Kia! Signing off.